Hi there, Libra. Welcome to your reading. This is Yetta Pearl, and this is your general angel reading for the week of January 3rd through 9th of 2022. So, whoops. Okay, hang on. I got to grab that. It is way over there. Apparently, this card really wanted to come out. So, there it is. I found it. Okay, so it is the first full week of the new year, and it's also a new moon. And so, those things plus other things in the atmosphere right now and just in the general energies make it so that right now is a really great time, excuse me, is a really great time to be focusing on letting go of the old stuff that's no longer doing anything good for you, and adding or choosing, deciding what new things you want to bring in for yourself. A perfect time for manifestation is what they're saying. And so, concentrate on cleaning up the energy and the clutter, the stuff. It just feels like your thoughts are out of focus. Your what you want. It's like it's grabbed your attention lately that maybe you don't want what you've been wanting up until now. So maybe that's a sudden change. Maybe not so sudden, but you're just now becoming aware of it or acknowledging it, right? And so watching for those kinds of changes and being aware of what you actually want instead of what you're currently in. Okay. All right. Let's actually look at your reading now. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. So that card that flew all over, that was this one. Employment change. So maybe that's that big change that I've been feeling in your energy the last little bit. Are you truly happy doing what you're currently doing? Maybe you're an employee, maybe you're self-employed, maybe, I don't know, there's all kinds of different scenarios. But are you happy doing that? Is it fulfilling? Are you finding it filling all your needs? If not, maybe have a look at that and see how you can change that. And for some people, it could be completely a brand new job, maybe even a brand new area of expertise, right? It could be absolutely different from what you're doing right now. Or it could be just a small tweak to make it fulfilling again. And it could be anything in between, right? So feel your way through that and see what it is that you actually want and need within your own self. Okay. There's it doesn't feel like any lack while you do the transition. It feels like you're always looked after in, abundant ways, that kind of thing. Let's see, there was something else. Okay, well, we'll get to that then. All right. Yeah, so perhaps an employment change in some way for a lot of you, okay? If you're not sure what you actually want, start writing down your thoughts about these things. There's something about getting things down on paper that just changes up the energy and makes it more clear. As you're writing it down, you realize, wait a minute, that's not actually how I feel about that. It's close, but I need to tweak the wording a little bit or whatever. And that's how you actually realize, come to the awareness of what you are wanting, right? And sometimes you have to start with what you don't want. Your current situation. Look at the parts that are not suiting you anymore and start there. So if you don't want that, well, what do you want? Right? And so that helps you get clarity. That's what the journaling is for, is to help you get clarity so that you understand where to look for, like where to lead, where to head for, right? Yeah. And when you know what you want, every single day, write that down. it can be a little different every day. It can be a different aspect of life every day. It can be the same thing every day. Whatever it is, make sure it's something you truly want. And write that down every day. Feel into that every day. So that it just feels good. Yeah, okay. It just makes me laugh. It makes me feel really joyful, really comforted, and also excited at the same time. It's kind of an odd feeling, but that's, that laugh, it just makes me feel like that. It's cool. It's really cool. Okay, so be conscious right now of where you're spending your money. So, if there's a place or a company or something like that whose ethics do not line up with yours, don't spend your money there. Like, use that as your voice, as your vote, right? And it does matter. There's a bunch of you, some of you anyway, saying, you know what, nobody notices that, and I want that item, but I just don't care for the company. So, I'm the one losing out because I'm not letting myself have that item. You know what? Somebody else that does agree more with your own values, they also make that item, right? Guaranteed. There's almost no such thing as monopoly anymore. There's always somebody making something similar. Or, you know what? Stand on your values. Be with your principles and say, I guess I will just do without that then. Right? And this builds your self-esteem. This builds yourself. This helps you know who you are. And this makes you stronger. This makes you a pillar. Not of society, of yourself. Excuse me. I had a cold over Christmas, and so every once in a while that little tickle gets me. Okay, so this is you using your voice without having to shout. Yes. Okay. It is time to look after yourself. Excuse me. So what does that mean to you? This means exactly what we've just been talking about. The being in your own integrity. If you feel that way about a certain thing, stay with that. Stay strong in that conviction. Unless you truly have, learned some new information that you didn't know before, then, you'll reevaluate. I apologize for this. Excuse me. So, so nurturing yourself means that you are aware of and standing firm in the things that you believe, in your boundaries, in your likes and dislikes. Nobody else has to be pleased by your likes and your dislikes. Only you have to be pleased by that, right? And so who cares if somebody else doesn't like that you like asparagus? You're allowed to have asparagus if you want it, right? Like this is you we're talking about, not anybody else. So when you nurture yourself, this is you helping yourself grow and be real. Some parts of this also could be, we talk about massage, and some people think that's fluffy, a spa service or whatever. Depending what kind it is and what your intention is, and depending on a whole bunch of different factors, it may not be that at all. Or perhaps it's somebody with a specialty who can help you in your physical self to feel better, to stand more upright, right? Because that's also exactly what we're talking about, is standing upright, standing in your own power. This is you nurturing yourself. So whatever it takes to get there is what you need to do. Okay. So time management, what does that mean to you? Have you been wasting a lot of time? Maybe doing things that are not really priorities, just, I'm not sure if you're avoiding the things that really need doing, or if you're tired, you're just sick and tired of doing it. And yes, you know it's got to get done, but oh man, can somebody else not do that for a change, right? What's your time management? Like, how are you actually spending your time? And if you're saying things like, oh, I don't have time to do this or that or the other thing, well, you need to actually have a good look at your schedule and the things that need to get done and how much time you're spending on this or that or the other thing, so that you can fit everything in that is priorities. And anything that's not a priority, maybe you'll have to either drop that for now or get somebody else to do some of the things for now. Like, you know, whatever that is, figure it out, because those things have to get done. And if they don't get done, they pick at you. You know, it's like clutter, making it so that you can't even get through the room. And that might be figurative, that might be literal, depending upon your circumstances. Either way, it's very frustrating, and it clogs you up, makes you so that you just spend your time being frustrated and not accomplishing anything. And a month later, you're still in the same situation. So, you know, clear your time, do what's got to get done, and you will feel so much better. And so here you have you have such great spiritual power. Yes, you do. And so when you visualize abundance in all its forms and really feel good about that, that's the same thing we were talking about with the journaling. When you do that, there's no choice for the universe but to provide that. That's how it works. The higher your vibration, the higher vibration things come to you. They have to. It's a law. Okay, and so hold a steady vision of that which is beautiful, which is healthful and positive and filled with blessings. That sounds amazing. And that is what you will experience. Yeah, steady vision. That's pretty cool. Okay. All right, so here we have the daily guidance cards, and we'll ask your angels for one last bit of wisdom. There it is. Reward yourself. You've been working hard. You need a little break. Take one. Yeah. So whatever it is that means for you, like it could be, a day trip somewhere. It could be a spa day. It could be some awesome type of food, your favorite that you haven't had in a long time. It could be any darn thing. You decide. Reward yourself for what you've been doing. You've been, working hard, and you deserve a little break. Good for you. Okay, Libra, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you very much. And I love you, and I will see you next week.